Hey, Gopher fans, it's Mike Grimm from Gopher Sports and Gopher Radio, and we're glad to have another edition of Gopher Talk. It's presented by Affinity Plus, committed to the safety of their members, employees, and communities. During this time, you can learn more at affinityplus.org, and it's our pleasure to welcome Melani Shaffmaster, who is one of the newest members of the Golden Gopher Volleyball team, and on campus now, starting to work out with her teammates. And in your case, I should say back to campus. You are a true freshman. You graduated high school early, enrolled in January, and then all heck broke loose about spring break time, right?
Yes, it did.
Take me through that experience. What was that was like? So you
Oh,
enroll in school in January to get a little head start on the fall, and you're working out, you're taking classes, and then the next thing you know, you're headed home.
I was here for about 6 weeks doing what we call 8 hours a week. So lifting 4 days and then 2 days of volleyball. And I was like, okay, everything's going fine. Then I'll see you guys in a week. And then I went on spring break with my sister, and we got an email. And we were like, you guys can't come back until Wednesday of the following week. And then, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go home on Sunday night from Tampa. And then we got another email, and we were like, just cancel your flights. We have no idea when everything's going to happen. And then this happened. I just got back a couple weeks ago, like a week and a half ago, and I did school from home, which was interesting. Zoom is a new friend of mine now. So it's been an interesting 4 or 5 months since I graduated.
I would think for someone that's making that transition to then have more turmoil put in there, that it was at times challenging. You mentioned that you ended up finishing the semester with online classes. How was that as a challenge as a first semester student?
It was a little challenging, but I would say since I was only doing in-person classes for 6 weeks, I got used to that pretty fast because it was my first semester at college. But I wouldn't say it was challenging. It was just an adjustment.
Were you able to get into a gym and do some volleyball drills on your own over the course of the stay-at-home period?
Yes. So probably the whole month of June, since I came a little later than the rest of the team came. I came around the 31st of June instead of 25th. My club I played at for like ever opened up in the end of May, and they did this camp every day of the week. So I played volleyball the whole month of June pretty much. And then before that, I was doing workouts and the things they were sending us from here. So.
And now you're back working out with, I suppose, in certain settings, able to get with your Golden Gopher teammates here this summer, hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get a season here in the fall. What's it been like to be back on campus and back with the teammates that you were starting to try to create a bond and a chemistry with in January when you got here?
I love it. It's me and Taylor got to move in with the people who are in our class now. So it's our apartment is just us 4 actual freshmen, which is nice, getting to be with the people we're going to be with for like the next 4 years. And then getting back in the gym, I feel like we're closer as a group because we know how much time we lost. So I think everyone's just kind of like, okay, like, let's go, let's get this going. And I think under the circumstances, we became closer through, I guess, Zoom, and then being able to come back and be like, okay, we really got to get a jump on this stuff. So.
You were one of the top-ranked volleyball players in the country. You're part of what many consider the best recruiting class in the country with Minnesota. The Gophers, of course, coming off the Final Four last year. What has the transition into college volleyball, albeit you haven't been able to really play what we call a regular season match yet? What's that transition been like? What's the skill level like? What's the adjustment been like in that manner?
The skill level is definitely, for the players around me, it's a lot higher, and it's amazing coming from a good club program and then coming off a high school season and being able to play with people, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you're amazing. But then again, it's like you're also on the team now, so it's an adjustment. I feel like volleyball skill wise, it's a little bit of adjustment, but more of opening yourself to learning and adjusting in the learning factor, not as much as physical volleyball aspects. So
and then and having that high talent level around you, I would think, as a setter, can elevate your game too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
What's
totally.
that been like?
It's amazing being able to set the people I've been watching for the last couple of years on TV, and then them giving me their feedback, and having the passers being able to be like, hey, you need it higher, you need it lower, like, I got you. And it's just everyone has each other's backs type situation, in such a high level atmosphere.
You committed relatively early in your high school career. What attracted you to Coach Hugh McCutcheon and the Gopher program and everything about it?
Yeah, so I actually this was like my third visit, I think. And I just was attracted to, they have a family atmosphere. I just loved it when I came here. If you ever talk to my parents, they're like, you never stop smiling. And everyone just knew it was the fit. And I knew the coaching staff was here for me, not only as a volleyball player, but as a person. And also, like, it's just the coaching staff is amazing. And I believe that they can take me places where I want to go in my future. So I was like, I don't need to visit any more places. I'm ready to go here. So I was just like, let's do it.
You were on board. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And has anything changed about that in terms of now that you're, living that life? Has it met your expectations?
Yes, of course. Totally. They're the same people. They're true people. They're authentic people. And I wouldn't have changed my decision.
So we had this great recruiting class that you're part of, and the returning players from that Final Four team, and many players on this team have experience in terms of competing and winning Big Ten titles and all of that. How good? Again, let's hope, keep our fingers crossed that we have a season this fall. But let's assume for our discussion that that's the case. How good can this Gopher team be? Do you think?
I think we can be amazing. I think with the people coming back and then adding on to our class and the new we have a couple of new transfers. I think in open gym, it's been super competitive, and honestly, realistically, our goal of a national championship is, if we do what we need to do in the weight room and in practice and watching film, it's a honest goal. Like, we can definitely reach it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there with the possibility. As you continue to learn about your teammates, as you continue to go through, a new setting and all this stuff, how eager are you to hopefully find a campus that's open, that at some point we get to a point where we're healthy and safe enough to just go out and about and have no worries and move along, which may be a ways away yet.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I just checked my class schedule. Actually, all my classes are online for this fall semester, so that might be a little further in the future than we all anticipated. But as of right now, I'm pretty comfortable with just having to wear a mask at restaurants, going hang out with the team wearing a mask, going to the pab wearing a mask in there, and then getting able to train for a couple hours. So the protocols are becoming a daily life. So
yeah, you mentioned the PAV, Maturi Pavilion, the old sports pavilion, and sellout after sellout, atmosphere is really great. Home court edge, certainly. Before you were part of the team, how many times, if at all, were you able to come and watch a match in person to see that atmosphere right in front of your eyes?
Yeah, probably. I think we tried to come to a game maybe here once every year, but we normally came on the weekends where it was senior night. So we'd fly in Friday, and then we'd see the Friday and Saturday games both at home, and then we'd leave Sunday. So I would say I've seen probably like eight or 10 games since I've committed here, and then also watching them at IU and Purdue. So that's close to where I live.
Yeah, close to your hometown for sure.
Yeah.
I would think then, as you're a future Gopher sitting there in front of the 6,000, 7,000 fans, you envision yourself then playing in that environment. What sense do you get when you watch a match, and then what anticipation do you feel when you know that soon you'll be out there in front of those fans as a Gopher?
Yeah. It's super exciting. I get watching. It's just exciting. So I can't imagine actually being out there. Like, it's still surreal to me right now that I'm actually a part of the team. So I think the first couple of games will be like, oh my gosh, but also it's going to be a little nerve wracking, but I think that will flood out eventually. So just super exciting.
Well, let's hope that there's a season. Let's hope we get through this. We keep wearing masks. We keep the curve low, all that stuff. And it will sure be fun to see everybody back on campus and to watch some volleyball. Melani, thanks so much. Welcome back to the Twin Cities, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, Melani Shaffmaster is a Golden Gopher volleyball freshman. That's our Gopher Talk for right now. It's sponsored by Affinity Plus. Go to affinityplus.org. So long.